Hey guys, how's it going? Jemiah's World is here. Yes, we are here and back with another video. Yes, we are back with our April reading wrap up. I got 3 books physically completed, 1 book on my Kindle, and 1 on audio with a total of 5. That for me was a pretty decent month. Needless to say, I wanted to get a couple more in, but all in all, the month was pretty good. We're gonna get right into these. Make sure you guys do all those things. Hit that like button, comment below if you are new that I am new. If you're new, welcome to Jemiah's World. We are so glad to have you here, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to get all those notifications from me, your girl Jemiah, and let's get into it. The first book I had to push over from March into April to then complete at the beginning of April is a arc I got off of NetGalley. This book is called The Murder Machine. This is by Heather Graham. This book is about a AI home and how this woman dies based on this home. She literally gets unalived by getting her throat, okay? And the police are trying to figure out what happened, how did this happen, based on a machine, and who's controlling it to continue to do these type of crimes. There's more crimes that progress throughout this book as they're investigating this crime, like judges getting unalived, like people that work at these big law firms, like the receptionists. They're coming together to try to figure out and compile like who's doing this and how is this happening without any type of trace or anyone knowing it's going down when it does. The book is set into 2 different POVs. It is showing the 2 detectives. It's a female main character, male main character, and they are going through this whole process. So it's more of a like a police slash detective thriller. I personally thought it was gonna break down like the crimes and what was going down like in a different POV and then show the police POV, so then it can bring everything together to see how we're gonna all solve it as we're reading. But that did not happen. This book for me, I was like, my expectations were not even high. After I read the synopsis on NetGalley, I was like very excited, like, yo, this book is about to be a banger. And when I began to read the book and began to keep reading the book, it wasn't what I thought. Like, it wasn't giving me what I really wanted. And I'm just like, make sure you guys go check out my Goodreads. That is where all my reviews and ratings are in real time. This book was not for me. And I feel like if you want a detective thriller where you enjoy the police plot of it, of where they're investigating and having some love interest as well, and like the detective aspect of, like, it's like a mystery with a little bit of thriller inside, then I would recommend checking out The Murder Machine. This book just released on April 29th, and if you guys have read it, let me know in the comments, because it was just not, I could have passed. And if it wasn't an arc, I would have DNF'd. After that atrocity of a book, I got into my first sports romance. Yes, I am trying. I told you guys I do not read romance, but I'm going to try. I decided to pick up, finally, after having it on honorable mentions for the past 3 months, we picked up Mile High. This is by Liz Tomfore. This book is about a professional hockey player named Xander. He is a hockey star, but he is a player and like a bad boy considered in the media. Like, he's the type to leave every game with a different girl and make sure they get pictures and photos in the paparazzi and make sure they get him on the news. Like, he has this whole persona to the media, but like to his family and to people that really know him, he is really a good person. Like, he prioritizes his mental health. So it was just pretty interesting to see the 2 dynamics throughout the book. Then we have a female main character. She is a flight attendant. She is the flight attendant for this hockey team for the entire season, and Xander is feeling her. She is not one of your typical flight attendants, right? She's more of a curvy girly. Like, she is different than what they see on a regular when they're going out to these different states. Her name is Stevie. She's going through the process of having to deal with family problems. She lives with her brother, who is a professional basketball player. Like, it's really fun book. Honestly, it was really cute, really fun. I feel like it's more on the spectrum of dark romance because of the scenes in the book. They were definitely spicy, so make sure you check your triggers. If you're not a spicy type of girly, then I would honestly say skip. But personally, the plot in the story was really good. Like, it didn't really give me like thirsty smut. Like, it really had cool and decent descriptions to where I felt like, okay, it's not too much for me. Overall, I really enjoyed this book a lot. My review is on my Goodreads, and I definitely will recommend this one, and I'm definitely going to continue the series. I have it all on my shelf. I know the last book in the series comes out this month. Am I going to be caught up? Probably not, but I'm definitely going to be getting that when it releases. After I finished that romance, I was like, I need a thriller that is going to get me in my bag and make me feel like I wanted to be engulfed and wanted to just be addicted, and just wanted a book that I could just constantly talk about, like a book to make you feel like you don't want to go to sleep. You just want to just be locked in and finish it. The next book I picked up is a book that has been trending, and it is called The Last Party by A.R. Torrey. This book was insane. The female main character, she was nuts. I don't even want to give you guys a synopsis because I feel like going in blind is the best way to go. Going in blind really gives you that space to where it's like, okay, I don't know what's about to happen. The more and more I read, the more and more it gets crazy on her end. We're gonna just leave that there. I am a girly who likes to go in blind, so I'm glad I did when I read this. I definitely recommend this if you're new to thriller, if you're a regular thriller reader like me, if you need something that's fast-paced, short chapters, very engaging, very, very insane, to where you're like, I didn't see that coming. Pick up Last Party. Let me know if you read it in the comments. This one was my favorite out of the month. After I read this amazing book, I then decided to jump into a book that I got sent by HarperCollins Canada. Thank you again to HarperCollins. You guys are incredible. I got sent over First Wife Shadow. This is by Adele Parks. This book is about a female main character who is very wealthy. She is a wealthy corporate girly. She's always busy and always like bustling and tussling throughout the city. She goes home to her home by herself. It is floor to ceiling, glass mirrors. It's literally like a glass house, and it's incredible. She then comes across this man she just runs into like when she's in the city and she's out, and they gain a connection. Boom. They gain a connection. Then they just start hanging out more and more and more, and then things start spicing up and getting to where they're together. In the midst of this, she finds out he is a new widower. His wife has passed away, and she has only been passed away for 9 months. She lets her friends know. Her friends are like, oh, okay, da, da, da. They have dates like with her friends and their husbands and their children. Her friends are thinking he's gonna scam her. Why are you with him? He has no money. He's a brokey. She then is like, well, maybe, I don't know. Then she gets to a point where she feels like his ex-wife, who is not alive, is haunting her. This book was so burnt out and just like ridiculous in like a lot of instances. I was just like, dude, there has to be something going. Like, there's no way she's losing her mind. I recommend, if you are into domestic thrillers, this is giving me domestic thriller Lifetime movie vibe. If you're into that, definitely pick this one up. It came out this year in March, and all in all, I think it was good. I feel like for me, once the big plot twist came, it was like, okay. Like, it was giving plot twist happen, then it was trying to go into literary fiction style, and I'm just like, it's not a bad thing as long as it's done correctly, and I feel like it could have been shorter than what it is. It could have been a novella for me. So all in all, I would say if you're into the domestic thriller Lifetime vibe, like if you like the drama and you're new to reading thriller, this is a perfect space to start in because it's a good amount of drama and just like, girl, what are you doing type of energy. So I would definitely recommend to check that out if you're into that. And finally, the last book that I got into, this is a book I listened to on audio on the Hoopla app. If you don't know what Hoopla is, this is a app that you can borrow books from your local library, and they usually do like ebooks and audiobooks, which is really cool. So if you're not using your local library, go get a library card and you can use Hoopla as a reference to listen to audiobooks for free. I listened to a book that was very triggering, to say the least. I did not know it was going to be as brutal as it was. This book is none other than Penance. This is by Eliza Clark. This book is about two girls, which they are all friends, allegedly. Two of these girls burned the third girl to death, and this book is getting documented by a journalist that is not the most credible. He's like a sketchy journalist that's documenting all this. This book is so brutal. When I tell you, it's giving like 13's Reason Why mixed with Skins, mixed with Kids, the movie, mixed with, I don't even know, like what show was just brutal like back in the day? Like I can't even think. Let me know if it's a brutal show for teens in the comments. Degrassi was brutal, but this is brutal, okay? They're going back to the era where they're using Tumblr. They're using like social media as a space, but the early era of social media, it's where these kids are doing things and acting out on things that are very, very scary AF. Do I recommend reading this book? Absolutely. This is similar to a case that happened in England, and this took place, like the book, in England. So they're like referencing stuff that actually happened in real life based out in England, and they're trying to like sweep this under the rug through mass media. I don't want to give anything away, but just know if you want to pick up this book, be aware of the triggers. I will definitely be buying this book and rereading and annotating and just deep diving because it's very intense and it like highlights elements of things that you won't even realize these kids is into. It's a mess. Overall, the book is very well put together. I completed it literally the last day of April, and I would definitely recommend this if you can stomach it. Let me know if you've read this in the comments because I feel like I missed a couple things listening to the audio, so I will definitely be reading it physically and putting it on my shelf. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. Make sure you again hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe to your girl. We are definitely going to be continuing to give you guys the banger novels, period. And make sure you guys continue to just be kind to your mind and just when you don't like a book, DNF it. Thanks.